Hello guys, how you doing? It's of course Brother Mason. Today is Friday, the 21st of January, 2022. Obviously, this video is for my Zimbabwean audience and my Zimbabwean people, my Zimbabwean family. Tunakumbotaura nyaya yeZimbabwean politics as we see things taking form at the moment. Today, actually, we've just found out that Dr. Tokozani Kupe, has separated herself from Ngonzora, which is the MDCT, has split itself into half or into two factions. So literally the opposition has divided itself into another opposition. And bear in mind, this opposition, MDCT, led by Ngonzora, had earlier had separated from the Chamisa camp. So this is the opposition dividing itself after dividing itself from its original structure. Saka ndo pane situation in Zimbabwe as far as the opposition party is concerned, and as far as the political arena is concerned. So I just want to give you my a little bit of input and my thoughts and analysis of the whole drama that's taking place, because to sum it up, all of it, if I have to be quite honest with you, this is just utter ludicrous. Ludicrous is the best way to describe what's taking place at this moment of time. We are only 12 months away, or literally less than 12 months away, from the general elections that's going to take place in Zimbabwe in 2023. And here we are, we've got the main opposition party, main political opposition party, which is the MDC. The MDC has further divided itself into three factions. And here we are as Zimbabweans, Tinogarachiti, we want to embrace change. We want to change our system. We want to change our economy. We want to change our way of living. We want to change things and improve things in Zimbabwe. And here we are, the very opposition party is too busy playing gimmicks. So do they mean who in their right minds are really going to take the opposition party, the main opposition party in Zimbabwe, MDC? Who in their right minds is going to take them seriously? Vanhu ava, they are proving day in, day out that the plight, plagues, poverty, all the things that the majority of Zimbabweans are going through, this is their list of worries. They've proved all of them, and I'm going to include all of them, or the three of them, Chamisa, Ngonzora, and Dr. Kupe. Kuti, these people, it's becoming more and more evident to me, Kuti Vana Ava, all they're after is a leadership position and money in their pockets. Avana basa ne vamwe vanhu, avana basa ne the general population of Zimbabwe who are struggling and who are laying all their hopes, all their dreams and wishes, they're laying down on these three individuals. And here they are playing politics, playing gimmicks. And on the other corner, if you was going to imagine this was a boxing match, so there's all these things going on the corner there, on that camp. The trainer is fighting with the boxer is fighting with the doctor is fighting with the sparring partner. All these things is taking place on their corner, and the ZANU-PF is just sitting there watching all of this taking place, watching the drama unfolding. ZANU-PF, literally, they do not even need to go on a campaigning thingy, going on a campaign. They literally do not have to campaign at all. Nekuti, the opposition is on a self-destructive mode. The opposition is just destroying itself. Zokutoti, ZANU-PF will be wasting their money, wasting their resources, going on the campaign, on the road. Apana kana zveku campaign up. Nekuti MDC has destroyed itself. And there's no coming back from it. Because let's look at the foundations of MDC. Where did it all started? Let's look at at its origin or its inception. MDC was formed as a representative of workers and unions. So it had a social mandate to represent the wishes, the plight of workers and unions. Or in layman terms, they were representing the voiceless, the little man, the people who are struggling. That was the mantra when Tsvangirai first formed MDC. Because Tsvangirai, the late Morgan Tsvangirai, he was a workers' union leader. And through that mantra, or through those principles, this is how the MDC came into fruition. So its inception is or was based on the principles of representing the voiceless, representing the plights, the wishes, hopes of every man, woman, and children. And look how far they have alienated themselves from the principles of their inception. Because, I mean, God bless the dead, but Mr. Morgan Tsvangirai must be turning in his grave. If he was to find out, because this is how hopeless, far left, how irrelevant MDC has become. He will be turning in his grave, because this is not what he anticipated. First of all, it was the breakup of Chamisa from the MDC alliance, from the MDCT. And now MDCT went on its path. Chamisa, BT, and Missing Kuve went on their different path. And Monzora and Kupe went on different path. Now, furthermore, Kupe is going on a different path from Monzora. Who's next? Is it BT Ondruwe, Welshman Ndruwe, are they going to go on different paths from Chamisa? This seems like the trend, it seems like the pattern. And it just goes to show you, this political party called MDC, they are not serious. They are not serious at all. They do not have the people's interests in their hearts. They do not have the people's wishes, hopes, and desires in all of their actions and their decision making. Because if you are the main opposition party to a ruling party that has been ruling the country for a long time, a ruling party which is the ZANU-PF, which you are all disgruntled about, and here you are, you can't even get your act together. You can't even get along, and you are in the opposition party. I mean, thank God that you're not in government, because if you were in government, who knows what you will be doing? Because if you are fighting amongst each other, amongst yourselves, while you are in the opposition, only God knows what you will do when you are actually in a position of authority, a position of power. So you tell me, the man, woman, and child on the street, why should they vote for you? And what principles are your foundations laid upon? Because there is MDC alliance with obviously Chamisa BT and Welshman Ndruwe, and there is the MDCT, which originally was with Monzora and Dr. Kupe. Now there is two different MDCT. There's MDCT led by Dr. Ndruwe, Dr. Kupe, and MDCT led by Douglas Monzora. And on the other side, you've got the MDC alliance of Chamisa BT and Ndruwe. But so this is three different factions, all of them contesting and being in opposition of ZANU-PF. Now, if we're going to do any kind of analysis or any kind of comparisons, it is evident and it is obvious enough that the party that appears to have some kind of a structure, appears to be organized, is the ruling party, ZANU-PF. You guys can't even get along, the three of you. You can't even agree on one thing. If your foundations that brought your political party's inception is based on the representing the wishes and hopes and desires of the workers' unions and the workers, the ordinary men, women, and children, if these were the principles that your party was founded upon, how could you be having differences? Because being MDC, it's all about representing the ordinary people. So this power grabbing, this fighting of position and the fighting of leadership, it just goes to show that you have deviated so far off from your principles of inception, which is based on representing the ordinary men, women, and children. So you understand where I'm coming from here. I'm not being too hard on the opposition, but I would love, and I'm always supporting MDC. I'm always in the defense of the opposition party. But when I'm looking at it, I am now doubting. How can I even, excuse me, how can I even defend you? How can I be in cahoots with you? Because you definitely do not have the interests of the people at heart. There you are, 3 people fighting over leadership. Why can't you just get along? If the 3 of you, Monzora, Chamisa, Dr. Kupe, the 3 of you can't get along, how are you going to bind the society, the Zimbabwean society? How are you going to keep the fabric of Zimbabwe together? How are you going to bind them together if you 3 can't get along? We've got different type of people in Zimbabwe from different creed, different different tribes, and all of that. How are you going to put them together and form one country, one unity? You obviously can't. You prove that you can't amongst yourself. So, if I was the boss of a company and I see somebody, like let's say you are a consortium representing, I don't know, whatever you're representing, and you want to have a contract with me, right? With my company. And I see the 3 of you walking into my office and you want to sit down, you have some kind of business contract with me or business dialogue with me. But while I'm sitting down and having a dialogue with you, I then notice that the 3 of you are fighting among yourselves. Now, you put yourself in my position or in my shoes. Why should I do business with you? Why should I put my name on the dotted line and have a contract with you? That is just a recipe for disaster, isn't it? That is just a cocktail mixture of disaster, isn't it? Because as the opposition party, you have proved that you can't govern yourself. You have proved that leadership is more important than the basic fundamental motto of your inception. You have proved that the ordinary men, the ordinary wishes of which what the late Morgan Tsvangirai brought the MDC for, this is not of importance to you. What is of importance to you is the leadership, being in a position of power. So they said a leopard never changes colors. I'm just having a drink. Yeah, they say a leopard never changes colors because your true colors are now showing. And it's only by the grace of God that you guys are not in power. You, as an opposition party, you've let the country down. With all this confusion that's happening, how are they going to differentiate the 3 MDCs that are in front of them now? MDC is a brand. It's a household brand. But you guys, you have actually tarnished your own brand. If we were talking about football here, we'll be calling it scoring your own goal. Those are made up. You're literally scoring your own goal. Nokuti, ZANU-PF hasn't done anything to you. You're literally poisoning yourself. You're burning your own bridge. You're setting your own house on fire. And ZANU-PF has no hands in it, so you can't blame anybody. Yes, pana vamwe vanhu who might allege kuti the MDC was infiltrated. There was an infiltration yakaitika through ZANU-PF. But that's a story for another day, because that could be just a hearsay. That can't be proved. But the very fact that imimi you have proved, the three of you, kuti leadership is more important than zvimwe zvinhu zvese. Zvinotaridza kuti you are not fit to govern anything at all. You are not ready as an opposition party to lead Zimbabwe. Either ZANU-PF is going to go on forever until you guys are ready, or there has to be another opposition party, because you have proved to be not fit for purpose. So the only hope, and it's there is no other way of saying it, the only hope for every man, woman, and child in Zimbabwe is for ZANU-PF to improve the economy and the social structure of Zimbabwe. All of people's hopes were on the main opposition party, but the main opposition party can't get along. The main opposition party has disintegrated into three factions, all because of leadership, all because of power hungry, all because of money. That is not the qualities that we are looking for in leadership. Those are not the qualities that we're looking for in the main opposition party. You have failed, I'm afraid. And the elections, it's pointless even to register yourself for the 2023 elections. Because I mean, I'm not a prophet, but it's already set in stone, it's already written. It's not rocket science to see who is going to come up the winner in 2023. You guys, either the only one hope or the only one solution that you can't do, it's not too late. It's not too late. The only hope that I think you have is to forget about all your factions. Go and sit together. Ngonzora, Kupe, and Chamisa, go back to the principles and the fundamentals of the MDC inception. Forget about these factions. Forget about being called MDC Alliance, MDC T led by Kupe, MDC T led by Ngonzora. Forget about this, because I am Mahumbwa Murikita. This is just a gimmicks. This is child's play. But politics is a game of the grown-ups, for the big boys and the big girls. I think Mahumbwe. The only hope, and that is the only chance, there is no other option, is for you three to bury all of your differences. Stop acting childish. Be mature. Go and sit down and sign a contract. Go back to what MDC used to be. MDC, that's it. None of this MDC alliance, MDC this and that. No. Go back to what it used to be, when Morgan Tsvangirai, the late Morgan Tsvangirai, orchestrated and formulated MDC, representing the workers' union, representing the ordinary Zimbabweans, representing the millions of Zimbabweans who are living under poverty, representing the millions of Zimbabweans who are suffering in diaspora, representing the millions of Zimbabweans who are unemployed, representing the millions of Zimbabweans who are risking their lives trying to cross borders and trying to find greener pastures. All these people, they had their hopes on you. And they still do have their hopes on you. Because, yes, we can talk about the failures of ZANU-PF. We can talk about how incompetent ZANU-PF had proved to be. But to be quite honest, at this moment of time, Zimbabwe is better off rallying and be behind ZANU-PF. And we can try to do as much as we can as a nation. Yes, some people might say, why should it be a one-party state? But it's a lot better than what we have. Though this is the political situation that we have arrived. And I know this is just my analysis, Brother Mason's analysis, but some people might disagree with what I'm saying. But ndikutaura panapa ndezvekuti zvitori nane totongogara hedu tichita sei tichingosapota hedu ZANU-PF tovabatsira madhara if they don't know, if they're not too sure how to move forward, if they're not technically savvy, if they do not know how the global world is moving and how they need to play catch up, it's going to be our role as a nation. We just help each other. Because as far as the opposition party is concerned, it has proved to be not fit for purpose. How can the main opposition party, oppose itself not once but twice, divide itself not once but twice? This is a catastrophe. This is a disaster. This is ludicrous. This is ridiculous. MDC has become a political party of clowns. Nobody can take these guys seriously. It's all about money grabbing. It's all about aligning yourself into a position of power, but really not about any principles of bettering every man and woman, a child of Zimbabwe. You've just proved yourself. And ZANU-PF has not done anything. This time around, you cannot blame on ZANU-PF. You cannot say ZANU-PF has been abusing you. ZANU-PF have been violating you. ZANU-PF have been physical with you. ZANU-PF has been oppressing you. None of those excuses are valid at all, because this is a self-destructing mode that you have done as an opposition party. And like I said, you've got only one option, and this is the one option that you are left with. If you want people to take you seriously, bury all of your differences, swallow your pride, and go back to the fundamentals, the principles of the MDC inception, formulated by Morgan Tsvangirai. Represent the workers' union, represent the workers, represent the workers' rights, represent the ordinary man, woman, and children, representing the poor, be the voice of the voiceless. Have one person to lead you, and bury all these differences. Otherwise, we might as well forget it and have the whole of Zimbabwe trying to do the best they can to help ZANU-PF. Those are the only two options that we are left with, and it's less than 12 months to 2023. So you've got 12 months to get your act together. Otherwise, come 2023, ZANU-PF will win the general elections, and the whole of Zimbabwe is going to have to rally behind ZANU-PF and do the best they can to rebuild the country. Forget about party politics and have an apolitical approach, and forget about everything else. Just be there, and just even if ZANU-PF is in power, it's all about trying to develop the country, change the country, bring changes into the country, whatever field expertise that you have as an individual. If you're from diaspora, come back and come and give your expertise and rebuild the country. This is the juncture that we are going to be in. If MDC do not do the only option that is available to them now, which is swallowing your pride, stop being childish, sit down together and work as a team. Mr. Morgan Tsvangirai must be turning in his grave watching mahumbwe akati amurikitai. Ndo anozi mahumbwe madakanana cheo madakanana amurikitai mutamani madaka pasina mvura futi. This is it's just pathetic, to say the least. And I'm afraid this is the situation where we are. And I'm very sorry if I say some harsh words here, but I have to be blatantly honest with you. This is where we are. Myself is an analysis. I'm not ZANU, I'm not MDC, I'm Zimbabwean. I just want to see Zimbabwe going back to be great again. Going back to the beautiful and great nation that we used to be. But when we have people on the other corner, they just want to put themselves in a position of power. They want to grab some money just for them. And you've got the other corner, which is incompetent, full of corruption. Where does that leave the poor man, woman, and child of Zimbabwe? Where does this leave the ordinary Zimbabweans? In the words of Robert Mugabe, iwenini tinebas, there is a lot of work to be done. It's almost funny. It's almost as if Robert Mugabe, the late Mr. Mugabe, prophesied when he said those words. Iwe neni tinebaso. There is a lot of work that needs to be done by you, me, him, her, and everybody else. If we want to go back to our former greatness. Otherwise, political arena in Zimbabwe is just a joke. Definitely, the opposition party, the MDC, has proved to be a party of led by clowns. But we're not ready to go to a circus. We are ready to be serious, to be politically mature. It's not all about you. It's not all about money. Sometimes it's all about Ubuntu, Chivanu. It's all about developing the nation. It's all about developing your society, your community. It's all about pride of the effort that you've done to put smiles on other people's faces. It's all about making yourself a better version of yourself. It's all about changing people's lives. Those are the ethics. Those are the requirements of anybody who want to get into politics. You're there for the people. And Saka, like I said, guys, it's Brother Mason here. I just thought I'll give you my analysis of the developments of what's happening. Because now in time again, I do some analysis of what's happening and I give you my summarization. And so, as far as we're concerned, we've just heard the news today, 21st of Friday, 21st of January 2022, that the MDCT, led by Monzora, has further divided itself into two MDCTs, one led by Dr. Cooper and one led by Monzora. And let we not forget as well that it was further divided. There is MDC Alliance on the other corner, led by Chamisa, Welshman Guve, and Tendai Biti. So this is three opposition parties that have divided itself into 3 factions, and on the other side is ZANU-PF. What do you choose? Who do you choose? Who is more organized? Who has got all their act together? You decide. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Mason, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Kwesa Kwamuri and Didika. Keep on smiling. All right, you take care of yourself. Till next time. All right, bye-bye.